In Miami, the life of billionaire Michael Hudson changed in an instant. On the highway, his Tesla was rammed by a truck that had lost control. There was glass, sparks, the screech of metal, and then darkness. He spent several weeks in a coma, surrounded by machines that kept him breathing. When he finally opened his eyes, the doctors delivered a harsh verdict. His spinal cord was damaged, and he would never walk again. Those words were a blow harder than the accident itself. Just yesterday, he was running a construction empire and sprinting across a tennis court. But now there was only a wheelchair and the walls of a hospital. Sarah, his wife of 25 years, could not withstand the trial. Coldly and without a scene, she filed for divorce. "I can't live like this," she said, leaving him with only one true treasure, their young daughter, Lizzie. The oceanfront mansion felt empty. Its panoramic windows looked out onto the crashing waves, but inside, the house was silent, a silence broken only by the whisper of the elevator for his wheelchair. Michael continued to run his corporation directly from his home office, where screens glowed around the clock with numbers and blueprints. But neither power nor money could save him from the emptiness. Nannies came and went one after another. Some couldn't handle the master's character, others the whims of Lizzie, who was longing for her mother. And then suddenly she appeared, Emily Davis, a medical college student. Slender, with big eyes and a gentle smile, she had come temporarily to earn some extra money, but she stood out immediately. Emily cared for Lizzie with genuine affection, as if she were her little sister, and she treated Michael not as a helpless invalid but as a man who still had strength within him. She noticed what others had missed. Michael had accepted the verdict and was quietly giving up a little more each day. Emily could not allow that. She had personal experience. Her own brother had learned to stand and walk again after an accident, and she believed a miracle was possible here, too. At first, Michael brushed her off, but her persistence broke through his indifference. So the training began. First light exercises, then more complex ones, sometimes with pain that took his breath away. Week after week, his body came back to life, his muscles trembled, and his fingers obeyed again. For the first time, there was hope. Gradually, they became closer than they had expected. The sound of a child's laughter filled the house again as Lizzie ran through the corridors, pulling her father and Emily into games. Together, they began to feel like a family again. The loneliness was receding, but the past was not ready to let go. Sarah returned, cold, polished, and with an expensive lawyer, making demands. She demanded custody of their daughter and a share of his business, threatening lawsuits and scandals. Michael was faced with a choice: to lose what was dear to him once again or to fight. Not wanting to be the cause of destruction, Emily decided to leave. She said she didn't want to be a pawn in someone else's war. Only then did Michael understand. Without her, he would lose not only his strength but also his purpose. At a major press conference in Miami, where statements about a new skyscraper and investments were expected, he spoke not of billions for the first time. His voice trembled as he confessed that life had given him a second chance, and he owed it not to doctors or money, but to one young woman. Her name is Emily Davis. She is my true miracle, and I want her by my side forever. Those words spread through every newspaper and news portal. That evening, when they returned home, Lizzie ran up to Emily, hugged her, and whispered, "Mommy." And in that moment, Michael understood. He had a family again. He had a future again.